Yes, I have switched colors, but this is the same project and we're now ready to begin round 5, in which we turn a circle into a square. And let me show you a little bit about how that's going to work. If you'll look at the edges here, you'll see that in the middle of the circle, I've made single crochets. Then I get longer and longer crochet stitches to bring it out straight as we come out to the corner. Then we turn and get shorter and shorter stitches till we get to the center again. So that's how we're going to turn that circle into a square. Once again, you need to tie a slip knot. So fold the working end of your yarn over the bitter end, the cut end. Then take the working end, put it underneath, and push a loop through. Hold on to that loop and pull the working and the bitter end and tighten it until you have a knot. Now place your crochet hook through the slip knot and pull the working end to tighten, or pull the bitter end to make just a little bit of a hole here so it's not right up against the crochet hook. Okay, now we are ready to attach this to your piece of crochet work. We will join the new color in the top of any long single crochet from round 4. So any of these long single crochets are where we're going to join it. I prefer to go to the opposite side from that tail you had left from round 4. So I'll go here. Now we have a long single crochet, but I don't know about you, but I can't really tell which V-shaped braid at the top is really the long single crochet. Well, if you're right-handed, it's always the one to the right. That is the one that actually goes with the crochet stitch. Of course, if you're left-handed, it would be to the left. So you have your yarn on your hook. Place your hook through both parts of the V on top of the crochet. Take your crochet hook, kind of yarn over diagonally, grab a loop and pull it through both parts of your previous work, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And now we have joined with a single crochet. By the way, you probably want to take this tail of yarn and line it up across the top of your work so it will get worked in and you won't have to tuck in that tail later. We have done a single crochet in the top of the long single crochet. And now we want to do 2 more single crochets. So come to the next crochet, next stitch, place your hook through both of those loops with making that V shape. Remember to keep that bitter end right along the top of your yarn, or along the top of your work, so that you can get it tucked in. Now, this is just a single crochet, so kind of sort of yarn over diagonally. Turn your hook and grab that and pull it through. Yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 2 single crochets, one in the dead center, one to the left, and we'll do 1 more single crochet. Okay, so we have 3 single crochets. Now we are ready to make a half double crochet in the next stitch. A half double is kind of interesting. You will yarn over, put the hook through your work, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now, so far it's like a double crochet, but now it's going to be more like a single crochet. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and that is a half double. Now we're ready for 2 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So for your double crochet, yarn over, put your hook through your work, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now another double. Yarn over, hook through your work, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 3 singles, a half double, 2 doubles. Now we're ready to make a triple crochet. And notice that this triple crochet is going to be in the long single crochet, because remember, the actual work at the top of your single crochet is the one to the right. So for a triple, we will yarn over twice. Kind of weird. Put your hook through the V at the top of your work, yarn over and pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops on your crochet hook. You will 3 times, this is what makes it a triple, you will yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll do that 3 times. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That will give you a triple crochet. If your triple crochet ends up really loose and spread out and lots of extra slack yarn, undo it and try again, and this time pull it tighter. So here it is one more time. So yarn over twice, and see how I pull this pretty tight. See how I pull it extra tight so it starts to wrap around the hook. Put your hook through your work, grab that loop and pull it through. We now have 4 loops. Make sure you've pulled them pretty tight, because if they're all slack like this, you won't get a good triple crochet. So pull that fairly tight. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we are going to chain 2, yarn over and pull through twice. And now we're going to do another triple crochet, or treble crochet, I think is the correct term. You'll do another triple in the same long single crochet. So for that triple, yarn over twice, make sure the yarn is fairly tight, put your hook through your work, grab that yarn and pull it through. You now have 4 yarn loops. Notice how I've pulled it tight enough that this one is even starting to drag the work on top. That's okay, that will help it turn out prettier. Yarn over, pull through 2, and do that 2 more times. Total of 3. There we go. So we have a triple, chain 2, and a triple all in the same long single crochet. Now we are going to go back. This is the corner of our square right here in the middle of this chain 2. So now our stitches need to get shorter again. So now we are ready to do 2 double crochets. 1 in this stitch here, the next stitch over, and in your next stitch over, you'll do another double crochet. In the next stitch, you will do that half double. So remember, yarn over, put the hook through your work, grab a loop and pull it through. You now have 3 loops on your hook, but yarn over and pull through all 3 loops to make a half double. Now you are ready for 2 single crochets. You'll actually do 5 single crochets. 2 will be before the long single. The third will be in the long single, and then 2 more after, for a total of 5 single crochets. But this way you know that you're on the right track and you have the spacing correct. So remember, for a single crochet, don't yarn over first. Put your hook through the work, pull up a loop, and pull through 2. So put your hook through the work, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And keep going until you have a total of 5 single crochets. And 2 of them should be after this long single crochet. All right, so now we are ready to do a half double. Yarn over, put your hook through the work, grab that yarn and pull it through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now 2 double crochets, and another. Now a triple, and the triple is going to be in the long single crochet, which is perfect. Remember, it kind of looks like it's to the right of the long single crochet. Yarn over twice. Remember to pull that those loops of yarn fairly tight, not insanely tight, but medium tight. Put your hook through the work. Grab that loop of thread and pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have our triple, chain 2. Now we're going to do another triple in the same long single crochet. So yarn over twice, pull it so much that the stitch is starting to come over the top. That's fine. That will make your triple crochet prettier. Put your hook through the work in the same stitch you did before. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times. Now we are ready to make our stitches shorter and smaller again. You will want to do 2 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So a double crochet, and another double crochet, now the half double, yarn over, put your hook through the work, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we're ready for 5 single crochets. The first 2 should be before the long single crochet. The middle, the third one, should be in the long single crochet, and remember, it's the braid to the right of that single crochet is truly the one that belongs with it. And then 2 more single crochets after the long single crochet. Okay, we're ready to make a longer crochet, a half double, yarn over, put it through the next stitch, put your hook through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. All right, now 2 double crochets. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then another double crochet. All right, now we're ready for our triple, and we are now to the long single crochet, which is correct. Yarn over twice, pull that yarn kind of tight, put it through, pull up a loop, pull through 2, 3 times. Okay, now chain 2. Now you're ready to put a triple crochet in that same long single crochet stitch we already used. Yarn over twice, pull it up kind of tightly, put your hook through, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, 3 times. Notice now we are going to get to that tail, which we'll want to work in with the rest. Now you'll also want to make sure that you don't have too many crochets here, because this one sometimes looks like 2 crochets when it's really just 1. So figure out, when you have this tail, you have kind of a little crochet after and kind of a little crochet before. Would you rather put your hook through the crochet before that tail or through the little V after the tail? That little V right there looks tiny to me. This one looks like a normal size going into the next single crochet, but this one's tiny, so I'm going to try to put my hook through here. Oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be doing a double crochet, so yarn over, then put my hook through that loop, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 twice. Now we are ready for the half double. Remember, make sure you're not putting it in the same stitch where that slip knot is. You'll want to go to the next single crochet, which has 2 little pieces of yarn coming down into your work, go up to the top, and then it's the V slightly to the right. That's where we'll put your hook. And this is another double crochet, so yarn over, put your hook here, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through twice. All right, we have a triple, 2 doubles, now we're ready for a half double. Yarn over, put your hook through the work, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we are ready for the 5 single crochets. Don't yarn over, just put your hook in the work, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 once. Do another single crochet. Your 3rd single crochet should be in the long single crochet, and remember that's kind of off to the right. Then your 4th and 5th should be in the single crochets after the long single crochet. Okay, now we're ready to increase the length of your stitches again. Time for a half double. Yarn over, hook into your work, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now 2 double crochets. That was the first. Here's the second. Now a triple, and we are at the long single crochet, so this is correct. Yarn over twice, put your hook into the work, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times. Now chain 2 to make your corner. Now you're going to do another triple, yarn over twice in the same stitch that you just used. So you've yarned over twice, pull it pretty tight, put your hook through your work, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times. Now we will decrease the length of our stitch by making 2 double crochets. There's 1 double crochet, there's another. Now a half double. Remember to pull through all 3. Now we are back almost to where we began, and we should only need 2 more single crochets because this next stitch already has a single crochet. So a single crochet in each stitch, and we have finished except attaching, and we now have a square instead of a circle. So in order to attach, pull out the slack here, you need to put your hook through, there's your first single crochet, and you need to put it through the V above it and slightly to the right, which is the first V you have available. So put your hook through the bottom loop and the top loop of that V, grab a loop and pull it through everything. So you pull it through the 2 on top and the one that was already there. Let me show you that one more time. So we have a loop. We need to put the hook through the 2 pieces of the V, yarn over, pull through everything. Pull through both of these loops and this loop. Now to end off, we chain 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull up a really big loop, and cut the loop. Then pull out your working end of your yarn, leave your bitter end, pull that tight so that now you have a nice knot. And you have finished round 5.